Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, it's a nice, beautiful day. It's still a little chilly, right around 40 or so degrees. Supposed to be about that tomorrow, maybe Friday up in the 50s or so. Still got some snow on the ground, as you can see in the shaded areas, but most of it's melting off. But the big thing that I wanted to talk to you about is a pandemic alert. We've been talking, I've mentioned it several times in several videos lately, of this bird flu, this H5N1 bird flu. There was a death just recently down in Louisiana, and today they announced that there was another confirmed human case in California. As of right now, they're saying they're not aware of how this person contracted H5N1. They're not sure if there's any direct contact with any potentially infected animals. And the big thing is it's another child, another young person. So far, other than some farm workers that have contracted it being in direct contact with animals, the ones that they're not really able to, contact trace it have been young people. Been a lot of children, teenagers that's been getting it. I think the number in the United States is up to 67. Most of those are farm workers, but there's been several young people that's gotten it, also up in Canada and a few other countries. So it's getting serious. Also, they've announced that there's been several more poultry farms that's tested positive, some house mice, some other animals that's I think horses and a few others that are now testing positive for this stuff, meaning that it is. Oh, and also I think there was some dolphins that tested positive. Kind of silly in a lot of ways that all of these random animals are testing positive. Makes you wonder how in the world are they going around testing them, but nevertheless it does seem to be spreading. And there are more and more various physicians, scientists, health officials from around the country and in various positions that are starting to speak out more and more and warning that this H5N1 bird flu has the potential of being the next big thing, like really close to being that. And that already there's been several that said already that the government has lost control of this, that it's already spread around so much that there's no way to lock this down, so to speak. China is reporting that they have multiple cases over there also. So the point is that it looks like that this thing is becoming a real thing, as much as we can know. I mean, who knows? These reports and stuff, these positive tests, I know, are they PCR tests or whatever? Is it fake? Is it real? Based on the information we're getting, it looks like it's a legitimate, real thing. The question is will it just continue to progress this way and just be one of those rare illnesses that are just that, rare? You can get it, but it's rare. It's not something that most people have to worry about. Is it going to just get to the point that it's just kind of endemic? It's just almost like another cold or flu? Or will we see this pop and it become an actual full-blown pandemic, which is what a lot of experts are warning that it has the strong potential to do. So what are you going to do about it? Nothing? I've seen a lot of people just say, I'm not too worried about this. It's going to be a nothing burger. It's, I'm not taking anything. I'm not putting on anything extra. And I'm not criticizing that. I'm not saying that you're wrong or that you should have a different opinion, because honestly, I would agree with you. The fact is, though, is that this thing is on the verge of being something that will cause panic amongst the people and then cause a reaction by the government. Even if it's not the federal government, it could easily be the local governments. And we have to be prepared for that. We also have to be prepared for the fact that it could actually be a legitimate thing. Like, it could be a real deal, fully developed dangerous, deadly pandemic, and not just something that only affects certain people. It's kind of interesting also that it seems to be affecting, in large part, children. You know, the COVID, for the most part, affected elderly and people that were already pretty sick, weak immune systems for various reasons. And now this one's affecting children when, you know, the COVID, it didn't really affect children too much. Most of the reports from children that did get it were pretty mild. This one seems to be the opposite of that so far. And it's concerning. It's concerning that if this is some kind of planned event, you know, one takes out the elderly, the other takes out the young people. I don't know. Something to think about. But it's definitely something to be prepared for. This is, I don't think that this is something that we should just lie down and ignore, move on, figure that it's going to be nothing. It's not going to hurt us to get prepared for it. It's not going to hurt you to start stocking up on the things to keep your immune systems up, keep you healthy. It's not going to hurt you to continue to be stocking up on food so that if there is a panic level event, then you don't have to worry as much about going out. You know, that's part of it. That's a big part of what we saw during COVID, that people were panicking. So you had to fight mass crowds of people, potentially actually get sick just because of that. And then there was also the possibility, and it was a reality in some areas, of a real lockdown, you know, where you couldn't go out. Your freedom of movement was restricted. And that could very easily happen again. And so you need to be prepared for that by, you know, getting stuff ready, stocking up. Start preparing now for, you know, spring weather when you can start planting your gardens. Right now is the perfect time to be buying seeds. It's the perfect time to be stocking up on them. I will leave a link to, my opinion, it's the best seed company out there, True Leaf Market. I love their seed quality, their packaging. That's where we stock up on, you know, organic, non-GMO seeds. I'll leave a link to that company in the description below because they're just that good. They're really good. But you should be planning for that kind of stuff so that you can be producing more, not just because of H5N1. I mean, that's something you should be doing anyways, but H5N1 bird flu should be a part of your motivation to do that, because if this thing gets popped off good, you may need to be producing more of your own food. When you look at all the other factors in with inflation and the possibility of recession / depression over the next 12 to 18 months, all sorts of other things, you really need to be planning on putting out a lot of food this next year. I say that every year in these videos, but I mean it, because that's one of the things that they will control you over. It's been said for decades, for centuries. You know, you control the food supply, you control the people. And rulers all over the world for centuries have done that. And don't let that be something that they control you with. Most people can't grow every single thing that they need or want, but they can usually grow enough to keep you alive if you really work at it. And if you stock up on some of the long-term shelf-stable items now, and then come growing season, put out as much of a garden as you can, add extra chickens to the coop, you know, good, healthy type chickens, not just the frou-frou pretty ones. Maybe some sheep and goats or whatever it is. I would strongly encourage you to be pushing your food production to the maximum, because with all the things that we're looking at, it looks like that's a strong possibility. One last thing before I get off of here. We are starting back up our monthly meetings. We took a break last month, just with all the stuff going on, various people doing different types of celebrations and stuff. So we always take December off. So January, we're starting it back up. It'll be the last Sunday of this month. I believe that's the 26th. Same time, same place. Hope to see you there. We're going to have another great, exciting year. exciting year with our big monthly meetings. This year, we're really going to put a lot of focus on our local marketplace there. If you've been attending our meetings for a while now, you know that there's a lot of local small businesses that set up in there and people that just want to trade and barter and all that kind of stuff. So we're really going to put a lot of focus on that this year and encourage anyone that wants to do that to come set up a table. So anyways, be getting ready for this. It's spreading, it's growing. More and more people are starting to take notice. And I suspect after the inauguration, as long as there's no other major, big, crazy events, that one may be something that gets back into people's attention. And who knows how bad it's going to get, because now these cases, these human cases, are getting closer and closer together. You know, they're becoming more common every few weeks now. It's not every 6 months. It's just every few weeks, and it'll be every few days, and it'll be many a day. And once we get to there, then I think the panic will start setting in. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.